Hey everyone, this is Sabrina. Welcome back. I am excited that you are here. I am going to wrap up my Finding Joy project, and I just decided to combine the rest of the days into one longer process video. And this past Friday, I was going to share with you some pages, this one and this one in its own process video, and then I deleted the entire video. I'm not sure how that happened. So you won't see this page come together or this one. So I thought I would do this intro video and kind of tell you about the pages. So this was the only page throughout the entire album where I used hearts. I had this fabric adhesive heart. I believe it's from the Connect story kit. And I really wanted to use it, so I just decided to use it, and my kids got to see their uncle on the way back from our vacation. And then I used another one as kind of like a tab to lift up, and I just used my Cameo to cut it out. And then I made sure to not put adhesive right there, so that way I could flip it up nicely. And then it's just a photo of my kids and their fort, and how much I love that forts still bring them together after all these years. And then the next one is just a 5 list, and I did lots of bursts for to kind of convey the action of the movie. This is 3 of our favorite shows coming together in one epic movie, and it is the best show. So if you get a chance to check it out, check out Troll Hunters on Netflix. So that is these pages. And now I am going to switch over to voiceover and show you how I brought together the last of these pages. And then I will do a walkthrough and show you this whole album and just talk about it all the way through. It's been so much fun to document the joy in July. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoy seeing the rest of the pages come together. All right, so I am going to start with the 25th and the 26th. I had a quote from Laura Jane Illustrations, and I decided to use that as a flip-up pocket since I wasn't feeling so great, like emotionally and mentally, and so I just wanted to have the journaling be a little bit hidden, and I am just going to do the journaling later on and talk about how I had to dig deep for some joy, but I did rally myself up, and then the next day I was able to take my kids out to the park and we got some Jamba Juice, and that was what the photo is right there. And then I'm also using a little circle flower to add a little bit of little green blossoms. That's what I'm thinking of them as, green little blossoms on the page. And then also several pink stars as well. And then I have 2 main stamped phrases. One of them is all the gratitude for these regular mundane days. I'll put that in the bottom corner of the photo like I'm doing now, just a little bit of adhesive. And that is the only adhesive this little stamped piece will have. And that way it's like a flap. And then the other sentiment that I stamped was summer joys. That way it had a bright pink color, just like the quote did as well. And then I'll flip it up, and I'm going to stamp highs and lows several times in just a little bit. And I'm not going to pay attention to whether or not it looks good or not. Also stamped one little story of life right now. And now I'm doing the highs and lows, because sometimes it's not always easy to find joy, right? You have to dig a little bit deeper. So I stamped that several times, and then I'm going to do the date and then do my journaling. For the day, July 25th, of course, I put just okay. And then on the 26th, I put that I was determined to have a better day. And I even got my daughter a haircut. We went to several places for errands. And then we had Jamba Juice. And it was a much, much better day overall. I was really proud of myself because this whole week I took my kids different places, like random places, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, different parks. We kind of did a tour of the parks around our area. And I was so proud of myself, just picking myself up by my bootstraps, as they say, and like kind of making the week better. Okay, so wrapping up those pages, and then I'm going to move on to the 27th, which is my son starting soccer, and he is so excited to start soccer. As you can see, I had this journaling card laid out and then also that kind of fireworks stamp laid out. But if I put the full journaling card down, you wouldn't be able to see a lot of the stamping of the fireworks. So I decided to try something different and kind of fussy cut it out. And then I went kind of crazy with the fireworks stamp because we are all very excited to see my son play. He is an amazing soccer player and he didn't get to play last year, obviously, 2020. So this was the first day of practice and I got a picture of him standing on the field for practice and I just, oh, you guys were so excited. It's the little things, right? So I stamped the firework everywhere and then I'm going to stamp out celebrate and then I'll fussy cut that out as well and put that right above the photo and that negative space in the sky. I'll also add in some green stars in a little bit, but I'm going to start to work on the right side, which is the 28th. The 28th, I took my kids to another park in a different part of town, and it was a very humid, like smoky day. So it was hot, very hot. We didn't stay out as late as we probably would have, and we also went to the library as well. And so afterwards I decided to get them some ice cream and I took a picture of them enjoying their ice cream at home. I also had on my tray some joy tags and I was trying to use everything on my tray. So right here I'm trying to figure out how I can use this tag and I came up with a really clever way to use it. I just trimmed it down to as small as I could and then I'm going to tuck it into the bottom of the photos. So that way it peeks out and says joy, and I'm going to actually just put it underneath my son's photo because I don't need the journaling lines. I just need the joy portion. I do have to rip up my son's photo to make it a little bit smaller, and that way when you put down my daughter's photo, you can't see my son's. Sometimes you can do that just so people are aware that there's a lift up, but I didn't want to do that this time. And then I'm going to add some more fireworks stamps, just a little less than the left-hand side, and I'll also add a stamp phrase that says time with you. Yes, I bought them the most giant ice creams at the local Quick Stop, and I basically said, go for it. You can have it. I mean, it was towards the end of summer, and you know what? It's summer, right? You get to have as much ice cream as you want. So I put, I feel better. Outings are definitely helping. And then I will journal about our day on here. And then for my son's soccer day, I put just thrilled that we are back to soccer. And then I'll move on to the next page, which is going to be swimming with my daughter, which was quite hilarious because she wound up asking me all kinds of hilarious questions about different body parts, and she watches a lot of animal documentaries, so I have a lot of interesting conversations with her and she just cracks me up. And then I ask her for a picture and she gave me this face, so I just love it. It's probably one of my favorite summer photos, actually. And then I'll do one final 5 things list, and I took that fun loving stamp and I stamped it along the edge for both journaling card and the photo, and I just love it. I love ending on a bright pink page. It's just so much fun. Speaking of fun, I stamped so darn fun, and then I'll fussy cut that out and put it up in the top left corner, and then good stuff I'm going to put on the bottom right corner. And I have 2 pink stars left, I think, on my tray, and so I'm going to use those as well, and then a few black stars as well. I also pulled out these starburst looking stickers that I found in my Allie Edwards stash, and so I'll use one of those. I put a bikini and sunglasses. Never thought I'd use a bikini sticker, but I used it because I am now in a 2-piece bathing suit and I'm super proud of myself, and I'm wearing it at the community pool with a cover up usually. But it's a high-waisted one, and if you have seen my Everyday Explorers pages, I talk more about my fitness journey with the Pep Talks number 2. Okay, so back to this project. I stamped loving these moments and added a little cluster with the sunglasses, and then I'll add a little black heart, and then I will write out my 5 things, and I'm going to be almost done with this project, and just saying I'm ready for the new month. I'm ready for August. I'm ready for summer to be done. Just tired and ready. So for the 5 things, some of the 5 things were love how my Allie Edwards projects came out for the Amper stamp, and my children who keep life interesting, and then just getting out of my funk. That's just a few of the things. So on this page, I have a 31 transparency. I'm going to use that. I stapled it and got the transparency little paper off of it. That is so hard to get off for someone who has arthritis in their fingers. It's so hard. But I got that off, put down the photo of my husband, and then I'm going to go to town with the stamps using all my favorite stamps that I use throughout this project, like the leaf, the little flower blossom, and then the dragonfly, and just stamping it all over the place. Trying to get the best impression I can, even though this notebook is about ready to explode. And then at the bottom, I will have a die cut that says adventure, and then a stamped phrase that says never stop exploring. And this is the last page, and then I'll sign this page as well. And I put I feel awesome, because I am glad we went on a family adventure, and we're coming to the end of summer, and I couldn't be happier. I'm just excited for my kids to be able to go back to school. I'm gonna write on the cover, all done, I feel happy, and then I will put that I finished on the 3rd of August, and that will wrap up this entire project. And I hope you guys enjoyed this longer process video and all my process videos for Finding Joy. I would love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you're new to my channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.